What is this?
Okay, now this movie, Taking the Funk, which came out back in like 97, 98, it talks about the rise of Asian gangs in urban America in places like California, yeah, Long Beach, in the East Coast also, a place like Lowell, Mass. But this one takes place in Cali, so I would say this movie, Taking the Funk, which came out back in like 97, 98, it talks about the rise of Asian gangs in urban America. See, you see the clothing, the dickies and the shirts. Yeah, it's interesting how this movie came out back in the day. Not a lot of people, not a lot of peeps watch the movie, but yeah, it talks about the rise of Asian gangs in urban America, right? As you can see, the clothing with the shirts and the dickies. So this is like a West Coast style. Yep.
I don't really think you know what kind of trouble you're stepping into, boy. You guys ain't your family, Perry. You know what? Let me tell you one thing, like that, boy. You better get your sorry ass up out of here before you get knocked out. Hey, chill out, chill out. That's cool, baby. Don't worry about that, Pip. Drunk just ain't our upbringing, all right? Hey, there a problem here? No, ain't no problems around here, officer. Is it? No, there's no problems. Harry, let's go.
As you can see the clothing with the dickies and shirts. Yeah.
Man, I can't believe you. What I tell you about hanging out with all them drug dealers? You almost got me killed in there. But you listen to me? What's your problem, man? I'm sick of this shit. Dad would turn in his grave if he saw you. Cares about Dad? So what about Dad? Dad is dead. Now watch your mouth, Perry. You hear me? You know what, man? I'm sick and tired of having to cover your ass. Yes. But what are you talking about? What are you blind? What you can't see?
97, that was right.
Man. All you're doing is making a fool out of yourself and me. Different? What you talking about, Ella?
So now we see a culture clash, saying that he's different. He don't fit in the hood because he's Asian, right? Right. So it talks about these social problems, issues of racism, discrimination, acculturation, assimilation, and integration in urban America, in urban society, also known as a sign and a message of um, diversity in urban America, right? Since we're all a melting pot. Right, right. Let's see what else can we find. You should see the clothing. Known to adopt the see the clothing. Yes.
They're doing the very best they can. I wish I could give them my heart.
Faking the funk. Nice and sound.
So many times. I gotta take you to the hospital, Bill. I'm right back.
Culture clash. Let's see what else can we find. Okay, here we go. The rise of Asian gang crimes such as drug dealing. Here we go. Inspired in this scene. The rise of drug dealing and extortion in the Asian community on the West Coast. Right.
I'll give it to you right now in advance, no problem. What's the job, Frog? What? You want me to put sales and distribution? You want me to help you put boys and kids candy? What? Look here, man. I got a major large shipment coming here tonight, alright? But your look in the neighborhood, you won't attract no media, nothing. No way you mean never. Hold up, man, check this out. Make you slip, man. 10 G
can see the rise, a message of the rise of drug dealing and extortion in the Asian community, involving the Asian gangs in urban America. This is during the 80s and the 90s, right? On the West Coast and everywhere in America. Right? As you can see, an example of that. Let's see, what else can we find? How about the intro? Look at the intro. This probably. Let's see. Look at the intro. Breaking the funk. As you can see, the intro of the uniform.
You all love me as much as I love y'all. I love you. Look, baby, this ain't Ebony and Ivory, all right? I ain't for this world. I don't like cream in my cup. Julian, we get the point. This ain't jungle fever, baby. You're all excused.
The rise of. So now we have a clash between Asian Americans and
Is that what you do?
the black culture, hip hop culture. So you see the style of dress inspired by the West Coast sound and the look, as you can see in the movie. Yes. Look at the font, yes, the style. The rise of Asian street gangs in urban America, especially on the West Coast. Call it Killer Cali, 1980s and 90s.
It was tough growing up, but one thing I had was the love of my father and my love for him.
What? You all right? Yeah. You gotta come quick, man. It's my dad. I don't know. Just come, man.
You can see the style of the dress, West Coast. You know.
Son, I love you. Your mother, brother. Take care for me. Okay.
Yes, sir. And so the story of it deals with his adoption and his and him being able to adapt into the hood as an Asian American, right? To learn about the culture of the hood, you know, and the hip hop music and everything. His adaptation.
Mama, we just finished packing living room stuff in the U-Haul. Wanna come check it out?
Sure, son, I'll be there. Thanks.
And so we say goodbye that day to everyone and every.
Let's see what else can we see? Let's see what else. Clash. So you got a culture clash. Culture clash. Here we see a culture clash.
Yeah.
So,
Here as you see social issues of racism and discrimination and integration, assimilation, and acculturation in urban America. Let's see. Which part can we find? Here we go. Living in the hood.
community activist.
Oh man, you're a community activist, huh?
I just act for the community.
Good night.
Faking the Funk, 97. Yep. Yep, the rise of Asian street gang in America. This movie talks about it. It is known to give us a message. Yes, a message of the rise of Asian American street gangs in America, right?
Oh, no, man, it's cool, man.
Yo, Barry, what's up? These your friends? Hi. How you doing? I'm Julian. What's your name?
My name's OG Frog, man.
Your mama named you Frog? Your mama named you after an amphibian? Yo, then these three must be Bud, Wise, yo, Perry, you rolling for Budweiser and Frog?
Perry, Julian, now you know I expect you home at a decent hour. Ain't nothing out here but trouble. Now both of you in the house now.
Alright then, y'all. Finna go in the house.
Yes, sir. The rise of this film is known to illustrate and narrate the rise of Asian street gangs in urban America. Right.
I know that ain't alcohol.
No, mama.
Yes, sir. Let's look and look at this clip right here.
Chinese girls.
As you can see with the hood, learning about the hood, the clash between East and West.
Are you still
Yes.
studying?
No, I dropped out a couple of months ago. I guess some things just wasn't meant to be. How about you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were seeing each other.
I'm serious.
You know I learned something tonight? I mean, you asked me what I knew about the black experience, right? Where's my answer? I'm black. I'm proud to be black. And I'm more black, baby, than I'll ever be.
Let's see. It talks about the message, the rise of Asian American street gangs in America, and places like
You're saying because
LA
I learn about other
and the West
cultures,
Coast
I
and East
somehow
Coast.
make them my own?
Yes.
And I don't speak Chinese for your information.
Oh, that's a revelation.
Look, either accept me for who I am or don't.
Faking the phone.
You say you're black. Can I ask why?
There's no need. Because anything I say is going to go straight to your brain instead of your heart. And it's from your heart, Karen. You should accept it.
That's that part. You see the part. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, this part. You see the style of the dress. Inspired in this movie. Narrated, inspired. You see with the khakis and with the shirts. It's West Coast style of also Asian street gangs in America. Asian street gangs in America. Yes.
Calm down, I'll find him. Don't worry, I'll find him.
You better find him. Bring him back. Bring him back home.
As you can see, look like Long Beach, huh? Cali.
Nothing. But even if there was, what's wrong with a brother being international? Oh, you international now? So, that theory goes again. Alright, you see the dude is really Chinese trying to act black. But the Chinese girl is really black trying to act Chinese. Hey, difference doesn't make, man.
As you can see,
Why should just accept people the way they are, man? Is somebody trying to get some sushi?
as you can see, now that's the part, and that wraps it up. As you can see, this part talks about social issues of racism and discrimination, integration, acculturation, and assimilation in urban America
But how you gonna lose weight going in the
with
sun?
ethnic groups such as the Asians, and also being able to form their own gangs as a form of identity, or their own street gangs in urban America. Yes, the rise of Asian street gangs in urban America. Yes, and as a sign of diversity, yes, as you can see. Yes, you're seeing that part. Yes, and that concludes it. Yes, thank you for watching. The rise of, as this film is known to narrate and illustrate the rise of Asian street gangs in urban America. Yes, as you can see.
Mama's worried sick about you.
So what, man?
What?
Slip with this fool, big wheel, running up on this porch like